Welcome to Sophomore Swag.
All right, welcome back. I think today, almost at the end of the year, it's May 3rd, and I've got, I don't know, 17 classes left, or 17 days of classes left. I'm just out here on the football field. It's a beautiful day. It's about 81 degrees, 82 degrees. In the desert, 82 degrees is really comfortable. There's no humidity, so I'm loving it. So today I'm going to talk about 5 things that I've learned this year that are really going to help me for my future as a teacher. So 5 things I've learned as a first-year teacher. Number one is plan on Sunday for the week. So just like with my diet, where I plan all my meals for the week and I cook food on Sunday, so I'm a success all week. I have to do that with my lesson plans. On Sunday around 4 o'clock, I start planning my week. I look at where I left off last week, and then I continue it, and I come up with whatever paperwork I'm doing, which there is none. It's all online. I come up with which lessons they're going to do each day and how many I feel like they can get in a day. If there's any quizzes or vocabulary, and I plan all that out from Monday through Friday, and I have it on a Google slideshow, and each day it shows what they're doing that day and their learning intentions and their success criteria and all these things that we measure. So I plan on Sunday for the entire week, and then I don't have to worry about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Friday. If like I don't have to stay up. Like when I did sixth grade math last year, every night I had to prepare for the next day. And that I just felt like every day I was losing time doing all that. It took so long. Now I just do it on Sunday, and I'm ready to go all week. So to me, it's just easier to do it that way, right? If you have a plan, you plan to succeed. That old saying, you know, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It's so true. So I start every week well planned and ready to go. The next thing I had to learn the hard way this year is tomorrow is a new day. If I didn't have a family at home, I would just stay here like day and night. There's so much work for me to do. I'm constantly moving my room around. I'm constantly rearranging my schedule to fit other stuff in. I'm always trying to do more. You saw me build that network lab. I did that over Easter break all week, right? While everyone else was, home enjoying their Easter break, I was building my network lab. Like, and at some point, I have to say to myself, listen, you've been here since 7 a.m. and, it's 3:30. You have to go home, right? Like tomorrow's another day. You'll just pick it up then. As a teacher, we get a prep period. One of our periods is set up where we prepare, right? But, it's really not enough time to make any changes to anything. All you can do is prepare for the upcoming lesson, right? If I need to change something in my classroom, there's no time for that. So, and that does happen a lot. As a first year teacher, I'm learning as I go, and I need to make changes as I go. So I've had to learn that I just have to let that go. I have to set a point where I go home and I worry about it tomorrow. I am the advisor for 3 different clubs here: the Computer Science Club, the Computer Science Honor Society Club, and Skills USA, which is a huge club that's nationwide. They compete in events and all that. So tomorrow's another day. I just have to leave it for the next day and pick it up. The third thing I've had to learn was students repeat what you say. Just like my son, just like your kids, they learn from you. There's a saying in education. You model the behavior you want to see from the students. You're the model. They see you and they do what you do, and it is so true, right? Like if I say something, right, then I'll say to myself, I don't know if I should have said that. Like, that probably wasn't the smartest thing I've ever said. You know, Even a week later, one of the other kids, a circumstance will happen, and the kid will repeat what I said, not to make fun of me, but he heard me say it, and now he's saying it. Think about what you're teaching them. So I've had to learn. It hasn't happened often, not something I'm embarrassed about or anything, but just I've had to learn this, that students repeat what you say, right? So be careful of what you say. All right, the fourth thing I had to learn was meet and greet your students at the door with their names and a smile. And I do that, hey, Bill, come on in. Good to see you today. Hey, we missed you yesterday. Like, what happened? I'm glad you're back. hey, are you ready for that test today? Like, oh, I know you got this, right? And I just say their names and I smile and I go, welcome, welcome, welcome. And once they're in, I have a big welcome, everyone. Let's take our seats. I'm so glad you guys are here. We've got a lot going on. I'm pretty excited, right? And I smile, and I'm always smiling in class. I meet them at the door with their names. There's a study we looked at where, with all the school violence and all that nonsense, that there's less of a chance of there being problems with behaviors at school if your teacher uh, greets you with a smile. And times I've said, "Hey, you look a little down. Everything okay?" No. I was like, "Well, let's talk about it, right?" And it's never like I've had kids start crying in class, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh! Like, what did I do to them? Did I give them too much work?" And I pull them outside, and I go, "What happens? The assignment too much?" And they're like, "No, my mother says she wished I was never born," and blah, or something like that, right? And I'm like, "Oh my God, it has nothing to do with my class, right?" And it never does. It's always something at home, right? But by greeting them at the door, if had I not done that, I never would have known that. They would have just kept that inside, and who knows what would have happened after that. So I try and greet them at the door every day with a smile and try and determine right there if there's a problem or not. The last thing I want to talk about is one of the things I learned. People come into this and see the kids with their technology. The phones are always out. They're always like connected to TikTok. They're constantly watching stuff. And I've heard older teachers say to them, right in front of me, "Oh, your generation. When I was your age, I was out playing. You're not going to be able to do anything for yourselves. You're not going to be able to you're not going to be able to have relationships in the real world. You won't be able to do anything. You're all going to be crippled socially. Technology is the kryptonite of this generation. It's the generation that's going to fail because of technology." So every time I hear that, I have to argue back, right? Technology isn't their weakness. It's their strength, right? Yeah, they're constantly connected to something and constantly watching something. That's their strength, right? They're connected to every single person in the world. They know what's going on everywhere, right? Imagine like we had to learn that in a different way. Watch the news at 6 o'clock, and if we didn't get it then we didn't get it. We didn't know anything about what was going on somewhere else unless someone told us about it, right? Like the news or something. And these kids can tell you about cultures, items in different cultures or things that are going on at celebrations all over the world that I've never even heard of, and probably they haven't either. So I'm always positive about the students, and I have a lot of faith in the generation I'm teaching. And I have to because, it's not, what else is there? This is who we have. And I'm glad that I can take a little part in pushing them forward to reach a higher, set the bar higher and reach higher. I mean, let's face it, the bar is not really high right now out in the world. And if they just try and, get as high as the bar in the world today, that's not really going to help anything. They really need to reach much higher, and they can because they're equipped with technology. All right, so that's our video for today. 5 things I learned teaching as a first-year teacher, and that really helped me prepare for the end of this year and for the coming year. Hit that like button. Show us some love. We could really use the help here. We're a new channel. Click on subscribe and you'll get notified every time we have a new video. I would really appreciate it. And leave a comment below. The comments really help. It causes interaction and gets you to recommend my video to other people. If you like teacher videos, if you like hearing about students, if you just like hearing about my experience with the students, leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. If you're one of my students, comment below. That means a lot to me. All right. See you next time. Class dismissed.